Yesterday we started with, as we traditionally do, with the startup, with the choosing or starting to choose the Catalan Startup of the Year. As you know, and from the first day to the second day, we started with 26 startups, and we started some rounds, and they just presented their business plan, what they do, the way they're just facing investment, and so other things. And this is because we are facing now the Catalan pitch competition. So today, second day, and today we'll discover which is the startup of the year, the Catalan Startup of the Year 2023. Last year it was the real milk, and we'll see which one is going to be today after our jury with 11 people around, and well, just a lot of people in this first row will determine which is the best startup for the year 2023. So, Catalan Pitch Competition, you know that this jury is going to be made out of business angels, venture capital funds, crowdfunding platforms, and everyone's going to be voting which is the best one. So, last thing, I would like to just invite to join us into the stage to Oriol Sanz, Senior Startup Manager from Acció. Oriol.
Hola, bon dia, Pipo, gràcies. Gràcies, hola, bon dia i benvinguts a la segona part de la Catalan Pitch Competition. Bé, ara deixaré el català i passarem a l'anglès, d'acord? Yesterday, 26 startups pitched, and you, the people, vote for 15 of them that are going to present today with the goal of choosing the Catalan Startup of 2023. But in order to carry this titanic mission, we have a team of 11 experienced investors that are sitting here. Okay, those rockstar investors are, and you can raise your hand, okay, in order to, so people can see you, and after the competition can go and talk to you, okay, and pitch you like an elevator pitch, okay? We're gonna have Marc Almendros from Grow VP. Marc is over there. We have Marta Antunes from Guaira, right there. And we have Loren Arens from BS Startup. We have also Clara Campas from Asabis. We have Claudia Canals from Avanza. We have Gina Codoni from Caixa Capital Risk over there. We have Francesc dos Rius from Adbio Partners. We have Ernest Gasó from InverReady over there. We have Luis Llorenç from Plug and Play. And finally, we have Daniel Oliver from Capital Cell. Okay, so having introduced the investor jury, let the pitches begin. And the first startup to pitch, but for that, let me tell you another thing, because I was going to forget it. And the nice thing that we have today is that a startup called IMOC that pitched the previous year is going to capture the audience and the pulse, the audience, the interest, and emotional resonance through the riveting pitches delivered by those startups. So we're going to have this information and we're going to share it with the startups. And having said that, now let the pitches begin. And the first startup to pitch is going to be better, and we have its co-CEO, Pablo Félez.
"80% of younger generations search on TikTok or Instagram what to do in a destination. However, 0% of them end up buying there. Why? Because they can't. They end up booking in traditional websites with a lack of visual content and no idea of what to expect there. There is a gap in the market between the content we love and the current booking platforms. So we found a solution, Bidder. Find the top 30 things to do in a destination. No need to spend hours Googling. Watch other people's experiences through their videos. Compare prices and book exactly what you are seeing. We simplify the process, increasing engagement and conversion. So far, we've managed over 100K in gross revenue. We have a top team. And after closing our first pre-seed round of $500,000, now we are open to investment. Life is short, travel hard.
Thank you, Pablo. And the next startup is going to be Benesit, and we have its CEO, Enrique Vilalta.
Most of us spend many hours sitting every day, and after some time, you will notice that it is very difficult to remember to keep a good posture. Are you sitting correctly right now? Most of you are not, and that is a problem because it is related to back pain, which affects 80% of people, and it is the first cause of workplace absenteeism. Prevention is the key, and that's why we created Benesit, a device that you can put on the backrest of any chair, and it will warn the user with a vibration when he's in a wrong position. It is also connected to an app that stores all data and evolution. The technology is already tested by paying customers, and we're offering our solutions to businesses so they can improve the ergonomy of their workplace and reduce work leaves for a monthly subscription. We have just opened a finance round of 300K to scale the production and the team, and I just want you to remember to sit well, but if you don't worry, because Benesit will remind you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Enrique. The next startup is going to be Bicon, and we have its CEO, Joan Altés. It's going to appear right now.
2,000 cyclists die every year in Europe, and there is no effective solution on the market. That's why we have created Bicon, the first all-in-one safety application for cyclists that share your position in real time to drivers around you. How does it work? We are creating Bicon Hub that can receive, convert, and share real-time data to all navigators in the market and B2X platforms like Step of Vodafone or directly to car systems. For this, we have governments and federations as partners, and advisors like Toni Nadal and Jaume Gomà, or pro cyclists like Roberto Eras. For this, we need your support to start saving life. Please vote for Bicon. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. And the next startup is going to be Stoko, and we have its co-founder, Rafa Mendez.
Hello. The three main problems in logistics are the size of the supply chains, their cost, and that it is the activity that creates the most of carbon emissions. Our customers, like Bimbo, the Gustabox, or Costrucia, have logistic projects all around the country. And when they try to find a service that solves that, they can find any. Here is where we come into action, because in less than 2 years, we have built the largest logistic network in Spain, allowing to deploy logistics everywhere and for any kind of operation. We're a team of 10 people, and we use technology to make everything easy and in real time. I have been in the market for 2 years, and we have been granted with Neotech and are considered one of the top 10 startups in logistics in Spain. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rafa from Stoko. And the next Rockstar CEO that is going to pitch is Xavier Crusat from Flock.
This is a banner that was used some years ago in Lleida. But the real problem is the animal dejections that contaminate the underground waters due to the nitrates that come from intensive livestock farms. What is funny is that at the same time, fertilizers are produced by the fertilizer industry, nitrate-based, emitting a huge amount of CO2 and contaminating the atmosphere. We have come with this solution, which is a patented membrane that recovers nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium and valorize it as inorganic fertilizer. As a consequence, we reduce nitrates contamination, we increase the revenue stream for farmers, and we disrupt the business model of the fertilizer industry by introducing a new supply source, cheaper and sustainable. We are the modern alchemists. We turn shit into gold. Thank you.
Thank you, Xavier. And the next startup is going to be LiveFresh Biotech, and we have its CEO, Chema Chaques. So please go ahead.
Have you been injured with pain, inflammation, same time? I'm sure. Have you felt so hot, sweating without no solution? Sure. Have you ever thought how eternity should look like? LifeFresh has the solution, the eternal eyes. We can, for example, improve the business of refrigerated transport by 3 digits. We can deliver coolness and freshness to all kinds of work, business, sport, entertainment, health, and so other applications. Based on our customized formula, up to 6 hours of freshness in our factory in Barcelona, based also in 2 patents plus 2 in development, in which we have invested more than 2.5 million euros, and we are in around going to market for 1 million. Then eternalize yourself, stay cool at any time and anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Chema. Thank you very much. And now we have Miinta, and we have Nacho Canales, its CEO.
We're Miinta, the first mental health care platform for Gen Z, and we're here to solve the mental health crisis for the future generations. I'll explain this with a real example. Our first customer, Julia. She's 17, she has friends at school, not so many, feeling anxious because it's her senior year and a bit depressed. So far, that situation can happen to anyone, but a lot can go wrong here. In the worst case scenario, her early signs of depression can end up in suicide. But we're here to prevent it. And we do so by providing Julia with psychological support through our platform with a mix of expert psychologists and cutting-edge AI. We're already helping the first 100 Julias in Spain and looking for investment to reach the next 10 million in Europe. Help us transform more Gen Zers' life like Julia from anxiety, depression, and lack of meaning into a life full of empowerment, self-confidence, and purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Nacho. And now we have my Medicae, okay, and we have with us Yael Azaguri, its CEO.
In 2020, my dad was in hospital on oxygen, and doctors asked me about details of his medical history that I did not know, and that were dispersed between public and private healthcare institutions of various countries. This is how I realized the importance for each of us to have our full medical history at hand. So we have developed an app where individuals can upload and organize all of their health data in a secure place and share it with family members and caretakers. In a world where doctors have just a few minutes to diagnose a new patient, My Medicae empowers individuals to help their doctor quickly access their full profile. Our app is already available in 9 languages, and we have had over 3,000 organic downloads in 75 countries. Now we are looking for funding to gain traction. We know that this is a very ambitious project, but also one with a huge potential, because someday there will be a universal standard health record. The question is, who's going to do it and when? So we are ready to do it now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yael. And we have ready to take the stage Arnau Sendra, CFO at N Club.
Let me put you in a familiar situation. You go out to a club, spot someone you like and want to talk with, but you don't do it due to fear of rejection, so you go home alone and sad. Raise your hand if it happened to you. Come on, don't be shy. Everyone has been there, even you ladies. That's why we created N Club. With N Club, you check the club that you want to assist and connect with people who is also assisting. Easy. What happens after? Up to you. Also imagine you want to book a VIP table in any club. Suit on, bling bling. If you do it with N Club, it will be way easier for you, and we will get 10% of the total expenditure of that night, not just the booking fee. We managed to get 20,000 in revenue during the last trimester. We are a complementary founders team, which covers finance, product strategy, and technology. And our CTO already developed one mobile game, which gathered more than 3 million downloads, an exit for him. We are on our second investment round, so I'll be glad to talk to you afterwards. And just one more thing, where are we going tonight?
Thank you, Arnau. And the next start to pitch is Nocturna Therapeutics, and we have Miriam Coderot, its CEO.
Thanks. Have you ever wondered what infectious diseases like COVID or hepatitis have in common with neurodegenerative conditions like ALS or Huntington? The common thread is that there's not effective treatment for any of them. Now, envision a future where a revolutionary technology can combat all of these diseases. In Nocturna Therapeutics, a spin-off of University Pompeu Fabra, we have developed circular RNA molecules that have shown to completely reduce infection in less than 48 hours. We have demonstrated this against viruses like COVID, hepatitis, West Nile virus, or dengue. But it's not only this technology working against infectious diseases, we have also seen amazing in vitro results targeting a rare genetic muscular dystrophy named Steiner. Will you join us in building this transformative future? Thanks.
Thank you, Nocturna Therapeutics. We also have with us Back to Earth, and we have François de Valera, its CEO.
Hi, at Pack to Earth, we've developed robust packaging materials made from plants and minerals. In fact, we've invested over 3 million euros to make the first materials that can be used to package long life, dry, semi-liquid, or even liquid products like coffee, honey, or even water in materials that disappear and compost almost anywhere they end up, leaving behind no toxins or microplastics. And I'd like you to imagine for a moment a world in which there's no plastic in our lakes, there are no islands of plastics in the oceans, and there are no microplastics in the rain or in our own bodies. That's not a world that I've invented to justify the existence of Pack to Earth. That's the way the world was before the 1950s, and our vision is to help get back to that less contaminated state. So please vote for us to help make that come true. Thank you.
Thank you, François. The next startup to pitch is Planet Biotech, and we have Doctora Ana Caño, its CEO.
Hello, who is going out tonight? All of you that raised your hand because you're going to go out for a drink, right? You might not have ice on your gin and tonic. You know why? Because we are in a water emergency situation. We have no water. 70% of the crop losses are lost every year because we have drought. Drought and elevated temperatures are the most important problem of agriculture, of our society, because we are posing of a threat our sustainable way of living. We have not enough foods and enough drinks. Here, Planet Biotech is going to give you a solution because we are injecting 20 years of research in an excellent institute here in Barcelona to give the first solution for drought in agriculture. We are generating novel molecules under patent that are now going to be applied into the fields to solve and save 30% of the water used every year in agriculture. This has a huge market opportunity, but also a social opportunity for you to be linked to a change in the agriculture and in the way we want to live. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctora Caño. In jury, we still have three startups to pitch, okay? Two startups to pitch, so be ready just to vote. And the next startup is Techno-Textile Domains, and we have its CEO, Albert Dominguez. So please go ahead.
Every month in Spain, we register an average of 100,000 occupational accidents. Most of them produced in industrial environments and due to impacts with moving elements, entrapments, and chaotic evacuations. Techno-Textile Domains proposes a smart clothing solution to solve these problems. We enable the e-worker concept using miniaturized technology that, embedded into work clothes, allows us to monitor the user, only in emergency situations and without compromising their privacy and ergonomics. We have already won the Reimagines Textiles Award as the best project in functional textile, and we are now in our first financial round of 150,000 euros to perform the MVP and reach the market. It is time to avoid accidents and minimize risks. It is time to include people in digital transformation. It is time of Techno-Textile Domains. Thank you.
Thank you, Albert. So the last startup to pitch is going to be Vitala, and we have Gabriel Bastard, its CEO. So go ahead, Gabriel.
Thank you. Hello. At Vitala, we have developed and patented the unique technology that is able to provide a full high-definition movie showing you how a drug moves through the metabolic pathways of a cell. And that is thanks to our technology that is 50,000 times more accurate than any other technology in the world. With that, we've been in operations already for 1 year. And in 1 year, we've been able to raise over 1.5 million euros. We've set up our lab fully, and we have our first biotech and pharma clients in Spain and also in the UK. With that, we already have the first biotechs that are able to bring better drugs to the market faster, cheaper, and very importantly, curbing the amount of animals being tested and killed in the process. With that, we're here looking for people to join us in our crusade and enjoy this happy ride with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gabriel. And now we are entering voting time. So you, jury of investors, you can take your phone, open the web browser, and vote. In this case, for 3 startups that have pitched today. I'm gonna explain the dynamics while you guys are voting. Okay, we have had 25 startups pitching. 26, sorry, yesterday. Today we had 14. Okay. Now the jury is gonna vote for 3 of them, and we're gonna have 9 startups that are gonna pitch on business model and market size. Okay. Then we're going to have 3 startups after those votes, and the jury is going to vote on their pitch. And in this case, the pitch is going to be on team and technology. Okay? And with that final vote, we're going to choose the Catalan startup of 2023. So having said that, I assume that you have, all of you have voted, and we're going to see a video.
Catalonia in Barcelona, a hyper-connected, sustainable, creative and innovative land. Catalonia has proven to be a talent-generating and empowering nation, ideal for creating new business models. The Barcelona and Catalonia Startup Hub has doubled the number of startups in just 6 years to more than 2,000. This data reinforces the Catalan entrepreneurial system as one of the most dynamic on the European continent. The human factor is a key feature. There are 19,100 highly qualified professionals working here, responding to the challenges facing us as a society, such as the sustainability of energy resources and gender equality. Do you know that Barcelona has an above-average number of female entrepreneurs in startups? Our capital is the second most attractive hub for founders to create a startup in the European Union. This is not only because of the good climate and the potential of the Mediterranean Sea. The performance and long-term impact of the ecosystem have already convinced international talent. More than 20% of employees and founders are foreigners. This confidence is also demonstrated by the holding of major international trade fairs, such as Mobile World Congress and 4 years from now, and in economic investment. The Barcelona and Catalonia Startup Hub has not stopped growing in the last 5 years, attracting 5,043 million euros. What are the startups doing? Health, business services, ICT and food are the sectors that stand out the most. In addition, technological vision is one of their main strengths. 76% of our startups work in Industry 4.0 technologies, including artificial intelligence, big data and cloud. Every day, together, we work in the present for a better future. Discover the Barcelona and Catalonia Startup Hub.
Well, this video, apart from telling you what we do at Axio and some info from the ecosystem, has allowed us to work with the presentations. And also, now we have the votes from the jury. I also missed one of the jury members, okay, which was Isabel Jimenez from Women Angels from STEAM, which is a business angels network. So Isabel, if you want to raise your hand, at least we have this business angels network that invests in woman-led startups. Okay, so we're gonna discover, okay, the startups that are gonna pitch on the business model and market size. So be ready, startups, because it's gonna appear the first startup to pitch. So Pablo, from there, stage is yours, and you should pitch. So just take the mic and jump to the stage.
Thank you. Our serviceable market is 500 million in only our 6 core cities. In the market, we've got visual content companies like Instagram or TikTok, but you cannot book experiences there. Also, you have planning tools with really complicated selling paths and boring booking platforms that still sell with text and images. We take the best of these 3 models, and we base our value proposal in simplicity, conversion, engagement, and the best content. Our business model is simple. We sell activities and accommodations, and we do that by partnering with top players like Booking, Musement, or Civitatis. Our users can directly book in our website, and we take a 14% commission on activities and 6 to 8% commission on accommodation. So far, we've managed over 100K in gross revenues, and that is just the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Pablo from Better. Well, the next startup to pitch is Bicon Technologies. So, Joan, please reach the stage and go ahead with the pitch.
The bike market is constantly expanding, with 90 million users in Europe and 500,000 users worldwide. Only last year in Spain generates 3 billion euros. We focus on sports cyclists, but in commuters around the world too. Our business model. Bicon is designed to become viral with millions of free users that we will monetize through advertising and marketplace and insurance. We calculate 4% of conversion rate with premium users with attractive features. And the data that we will sell, real-time data and analytics to governments and agencies. For this, we need your support to start saving life, but for Bicon. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. Bicon. Startups, be ready, because as soon as the company appears, the pitches begin. So next company, next startup is Stockholm.
What we do is warehousing as a service. It means that the customers can have the goods everywhere as they need. And for that, what we need is many qualified warehouses. In 2 years, we already have onboarded more than 500 of them, and that is 20% of the industry. Our customers spend more than 40,000 euros per year in warehousing activities. Our current MRR is 80K, and we take 20% of margin out of it. And this margin gets better every month because we are injecting more volumes every month to the operations. We have a huge market opportunity in an industry that represents 10% of the GDP of Spain and is impulsed by the booming of industrial logistics and e-commerce. We are Stockholm, logistics and warehousing as a service.
Thank you, Rafa. The next step to pitch is Flock. So Xavier, please come to the stage. See, Xavier is over there. So just take a mic and start to pitch.
There are more than 5 million intensive farmers in Europe. This represents around 400,000 million euros of potential market. We count to start selling next year, next month. We are producing a hardware and using a business model B2B2C. Our paying customers will be the fertilizer companies. Our users will be the farmers. Anyway, the farmers will receive a revenue stream for the fertilizer companies that will pay for these services. During this year, we have validated our solution in farmers, fertilizer companies, and we have received a good feedback. Next month, we will start 2 pilot plants al Centre d'Estudis Porcins de Lleida. These 2 pilot plants will be for testing the liquid and the air recovery of nitrogen, because we are first-level alchemists. Thank you.
Thank you, Xavier. So, the next startup is Miinta. So, Nacho, it's your moment. Go ahead.
Awesome. Oh, and that is the slide?
Yeah, it's going to appear.
All right. So, the next pandemic is going to be a mental health care one, and we just need to stop it. Today, 43 million Gen Zers live in Europe with a bad state of mental health. And the worst is that 70% of those don't receive any type of support. At Miinta, we're tackling that 70% that represents a 10 billion market opportunity by breaking the traditional paradigm of therapy. And we do so by providing psychological support, chat first, through our platforms by psychologists and AI. We are already generating revenue through subscription services based on chat support and online therapy. What we're doing right now is expanding into the B2B side of things, partnerships with educational institutions such as schools and universities. Miinta is the most cost-effective and scalable way of providing mental health care for students at schools and unis. Help us transform the next generation of mental health care. Thank you.
Thank you, Nacho. Well, as we can see, the next startup is going to be MyMedic AI. So Yael, go ahead.
Thank you. So MyMedic AI is a patient-centric app that empowers individuals to better manage their health. So this means that our target market is global, with an initial focus on Spain and Italy, and 3 segments: expats, caretakers of elderly and chronic patients, and children. Our strategy is to give them real added value so that we can grow a large user base that becomes the motor of data centralization, which is key to improve healthcare, but is not happening right now because individual medical institutions have no authority and no incentive to share their patient data. Once we reach a critical mass, our business model has 3 sources of revenue. Doctors who subscribe to a professional portal in order to access the profiles of the patients who allow it, researchers who want to buy studies made out of this global, structured, and anonymized database with the authorization of its owners, and the end users themselves through a freemium version of the app. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yael. The next to last startup is Nocturna Therapeutics. So Miriam, please go ahead.
Thanks. Nocturna's business model is based on 2 key assets. First of all, we license our circular RNA production protocol to an RNA manufacturer. We have optimized an in vitro transcription protocol, achieving really high yields in the circularization path that is one of the challenges of the sector. We are now patenting one of the key components of this circularization. We are already talking to some of the RNA manufacturing leaders, and they are interested in using our technology. This will assure short-term revenues for Nocturna. On the other hand, we will try to license our circular RNA molecules targeting several diseases. We will start with the Steiner candidates. Once we arrive to phase 1 clinical trials, we will look for a pharmaceutical company interested in giving the product to the market. Finally, we will pursue an exit of more than 300 million. Thanks.
Thank you, Miriam. Okay, back to Earth. So Françoise, go ahead.
Hi. At Pack to Earth, we've developed packaging materials from plants and minerals to replace contaminating plastic. And we're operating within a vast segment that's going to be worth $52 billion by 2026. Now, we do have some competition, companies like Lactips or Oimo, but no one else has managed to develop materials that are suitable for packaging long-life products that are dry, semi-liquid or liquid, and in materials that compost at ambient temperature. Also, our business model is highly scalable because we license our intellectual property to the packaging manufacturers, and because they don't even need any new machinery to be able to make or to use our materials. And we have traction because we are in pilots and pre-sales activities with 25 clients, including 4 of the world's largest FMCG companies, one of which has just invested in Pack to Earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Francois. And the last startup voted by our jury of 11 investors is Planet Biotech.
My slide is not here. Anyway, you know our market for Planet Biotech is your supermarket. In the supermarket, you go and buy fresh products from the agricultural sector. We are heading the biostimulant sector of the agricultural market, which is 10,000 million euro per year. How are we going to revenue for such a big cake? We are going to get in 2 ways. One way is we're going to offer an integral service to producers, for example, olive oil. We have an agreement with an olive oil producer, main olive oil producer in Spain, main orange producer in Spain. If you go to a supermarket, these the oranges are small because there is not enough water. So we're going to offer a service to them to assay our products in their pilot fields. And then from there on, we're going to take a first product from our licensing compounds into the market in 2026, and we expect to revenue in 2026 20 million euro per license offered to a big agricultural company. So if you believe that this is a market opportunity and this is your next opportunity in society for making the sustainable food better and possible, vote us.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ana Caño. No, you can take it over there. Thank you. Okay, so we still have another startup. Maybe there has been some startups have received the same amount of votes. So, Vitala, Gabriel Bastard, stage is yours.
At Vitala, we provide services for biotechs, pharma, and CROs companies doing preclinical testing of their drugs. We're focusing initially in metabolic and oncology diseases, measuring small molecules and gene therapies. For that, we're providing answers to toxicology, effectiveness, and mechanism of action. You can see it's a big market and it's growing. It's a 5 billion euro market in preclinical phases. And we have a very sustainable, unique selling proposition, and that has allowed us to, in the first year, booked already 25,000 euros in revenues. And we have a pipeline of clients for an international expansion for next year to reach 500,000. With that, again, I'm calling for all the adventurous journey seekers to come with us and join us. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. You can keep the mic. Thank you. Thank you, Gabriel. Okay, we enter voting time. Okay. In this case, our jury of 11 investors is going to vote 2 startups. Okay, each investor is going to vote for 2 startups. Okay? And unless they have equal votes, we should have 3 startups. Okay? And after the votes are done, we're going to have another video.
You don't look for true love.
You find it.
When you don't love the life you live, you could stay the same. Or choose to change it all. Now, I live in Catalonia. Life reminds me that small details are important.
A color,
A sound,
a fragrance,
a bite,
a caress.
makes the difference. This place also makes the difference. It's where I find inspiration. Because we build bridges towards the future. Not just any future.
To the future we need.
Future where the value of innovation is innovation with values.
Where love for others, for progress, for talent
Is present in every step I take. Now I live in a place linked to that future, open to the world.
where society might come together to make the impossible possible.
How?
Through love. What's love for you?
Honesty,
Passion,
transparency,
trust,
transformation, balance.
risk-taking, responsibility. Can you fall in love with your job?
Yes, if my values are present in the work I do, then it's perfect.
Making technology more human and innovation available to everyone.
From a place where justice, honesty, and talent can be part of the future we want.
Do you think such a place exists?
I've already found it. My place in the world.
That place is me.
Feel your talent. Love what you do. Live in Barcelona. Live in Catalonia.
Okay, so let's unveil your votes and see what companies have been chosen. So the first company that is going to pitch is Miinta. So Nacho Canales, please join the stage and pitch us on technology and team.
Thanks. Cool. Seamless experience powered by technology and human. That's Miinta. And it's possible because of an amazing team behind it. We have over 15 years of experience between clinical psychology, operations, and tech. Natalia Pedrajas is our head of clinical, and she brings 15 years working with teenagers and young adults on mental health in specific. Adrián Munet, our COO, comes from building his past company to 30 million in revenue and selling it. And I've been working with tech products for the past 10 years, first as a founder, then as a senior manager at Uber, and then as a head of growth in the US. Our secret sauce is in the blend between the human touch of expert psychologists and the scalability of AI. We're building the next generation mental health care by building the first data set specialized in Gen Z mental health using advanced LLM models to understand and predict user behavior, which later translates into better therapist efficiency and a highly customized and amazing customer experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Nacho. And let's see the other startup, Nocturna Therapeutics. So Miriam, tell us more about your team and technology.
Thanks. Our solution is a circular RNA-based drug development platform with the following compounds. First, we have two AI-based softwares, where with the first one, we identify the most appropriate targets that are secondary structures of the RNA. With the other software, we design the most appropriate circular RNAs that are going to be bind to the previously detected targets. Then we have our manufacturing protocol that allows us to obtain the circular RNAs that we have demonstrated that are extremely stable and that are non-toxic. This is a first-in-class therapy. Then we will select the most appropriate delivery method depending on the disease. Last but not least, the key people that makes this project possible. Our scientific team is led by Dr. Juana Diez. She is full professor of the UPF and the group leader in the molecular virology group. And all the scientific team has been working with this project for more than 6 years altogether. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, thank you. You know that 1 minute pitch has what it has. And finally, we have Back to Earth. So François, tell us more about technology and team.
Hi, Pack2Earth has developed robust bio-based materials for packaging long-life, dry, semi-liquid, and even liquid products. And that's thanks to the high barriers to water vapor, oxygen, and grease in our materials. And our materials also compost at ambient temperature wherever they end up. Also, our materials will seal together, so you can even make multi-material packaging like a rigid tray with a flexible lid, for example, with our materials. And of course, we have patents pending. We have a highly experienced team of 8 full-time people. I'm best known for bringing the Mobile World Congress to Barcelona, but I'm also a certified environmental consultant. Glenn, the co-founder, is a lawyer specialized in licensing, which is perfect for this business model. And we have a strong in-house team specialized in advanced materials, led by Jorge Garcia. Thank you.
Thank you, Francois. Okay, so we have seen the 3 last speeches, okay? Now our jury of 11 investors is gonna vote for just 1 startup, okay? And we're gonna see what startup or which of those 3 startups has won the Catalan pitch competition. So, while you start voting, m'agradaria doncs, cridar al secretari d'Empresa i Competitivitat i conseller delegat d'Acció, el senyor Albert Castellano, si ens vol acompanyar doncs, per proclamar i lliurar el guardó a la startup catalana de l'any i també dirigir-nos unes paraules, el secretari, mentre esperem doncs, que es desvetlli quina és la startup catalana de l'any.
Sortirà aquí, això?
No.
No? Vale.
Bé, coses que passen. Ens trobem que hi ha hagut un empat, secretari. Aleshores, jurat, el que us demanaríem és que torneu a votar. Esperem que no us repeteixi fins a l'infinit. És l'única manera que tenim de desempatar. D'acord? Per tant, us demanaríem que repetíssiu el vot i veurem què surt. Avui hem tingut molts empats a nivell de les startups.
És que és difícil decidir.
És difícil decidir, sobretot els inversors professionals. El que podríem fer potser el proper any és que els inversors portessin una part dels seus diners i aleshores votessin amb els diners i li posaríem encara potser una miqueta més d'implicació, que ja és prou i suficient. Bé, doncs tenim que la startup catalana de l'any, si la vol dir, secretari.
Miinta.
Vinga, us deixo. Vinga, agafa.
Felicitats. Vinga, queda aquí. Entenc que... No?
Sí. Well, just want to thank everyone here for voting for us. Beyond this amazing recognition, we just want to be explicit around the purpose of Miinta, of just transforming mental health care for the future generations. They are the future. We are here now, but we need to invest there soon. And we do it by just being here together and supporting these kind of companies. So, thank you.
Perquè m'ho quedi jo. Gràcies, felicitat. Després d'aquesta sessió final del Catalan Pitch Competition, si ho haguéssim de resumir en una sola paraula, és impressionats. Impressionats pel talent, per la creativitat, per l'ambició que hi ha darrere d'aquests projectes que encara que tinguin l'obligació de fer un pitch d'un minut, transmeten tot aquest esforç que hi ha al darrere i tot aquest esforç de crear models de negoci d'èxit. Per tant, felicitats no només a Miinta, sinó als finalistes que hem conegut avui i també al catàleg de fins a 50 empreses que han demostrat que les oportunitats de negoci poden ser en sectors molt diversos, des del sector de ciències de la vida, de la salut, del sector primari, la mobilitat, ITC, Deep Tech, etc. Felicitats pel vostre esforç, malgrat no sigueu els premiats, perquè això només ho pot ser un, la startup catalana de l'any. No defalliu i continueu amb aquesta credibilitat i aquesta ambició que heu mostrat fins ara. Actually, today, in Catalonia, we cannot conceive the innovation policy without taking into account this rich ecosystem of startups that we have nowadays. More than 2,000 startups that at the end, as we mentioned yesterday in the institutional opening, it's already the second preferred hub for startups founders to establish and develop their business models. And which are the most recent trends in 2023? Pretty positive, in fact. This year, let me mention two figures that for us are particularly relevant. The first one is that in the Innovation Awards, Innovation Prize that the European Commission awarded 5 companies, 2 out of these 5 companies awarded were Catalan companies, Zimbel and MJN. 2 out of 5 of the awarded innovative companies in Europe are Catalan. First time ever. And first time ever as well, Catalonia has been considered this 2023 a strong innovator region. Thanks in part to this dynamism of the startup ecosystem that we have in Barcelona, that we have in Catalonia. Avui no només reconeixem les startups més innovadores i en premiem una, però n'hauríem de premiar moltes, i raó per la qual hi han hagut aquests empats, perquè és molt difícil realment decidir quina té més possibilitats, segons els inversors, de tenir èxit als mercats, però també posem en contacte startups locals amb inversors locals i internacionals. Trobades que aquest any han estat especialment nombroses, fins a 500 reunions programades entre ahir i avui, entre projectes que busquen finançament i inversors locals i internacionals que busquen projectes per invertir que puguin ser rendibles en el curt, el mig i el llarg termini. Projectes que també volem que es presentin cada vegada més davant d'inversors internacionals, i és per això que en parlàvem amb el Jordi i amb l'Oriol, que potser haurem de trobar la manera d'atraure aquests inversors internacionals en la pròxima edició del Catalan Pitch Competition de l'any que ve, o del Tech Spirit de l'any que ve, on d'alguna manera volem fer també aquest matching i que cada vegada hi hagi més oportunitats d'inversió, no només fonamentades en inversors locals. De fet, en el fons, aquest Catalan Pitch Competition és el millor aparador que tenim per aquestes més de 2.000 startups que, com deia, després de 10 anys i després d'uns anys de fort creixement, especialment en l'àmbit Deep Tech, estem consolidats, però estem compromesos a fer créixer. I per acabar, no només reiterar la felicitació a tots els que heu arribat a aquesta ronda final i que, per tant, formeu part d'aquest catàleg de 50 startups que han, d'alguna manera, participat en aquesta competició, animar-vos a seguir endavant amb el vostre projecte de negoci, però també animar-vos i fer-vos conscient, si més no des de la perspectiva d'acció, des de la perspectiva del govern, del paper que teniu en la política d'innovació del país. Les startups, com deia, són clau per definir aquesta política d'innovació i com a mínim ho són en 3 aspectes que considerem fonamentals. En primer lloc, perquè són una de les vies més efectives i més ràpides per treure el màxim impacte econòmic i social a tot aquest coneixement, tota aquesta recerca que generem al país, que generem a Catalunya. En segon lloc, són molt bones vies per estimular aquests models d'innovació oberta que ja apliquen moltes empreses a l'hora de buscar solucions diferencials en els seus models de negoci, però que encara l'hem d'estimular més i per això, en certa manera, posem a disposició la plataforma de l'Open Innovation Challenge perquè les startups pugueu, d'alguna manera, proveir solucions corporatives a empreses que s'obren a aquest model d'innovació oberta. I, per últim, també ens agradaria creure que aquest ecosistema de més de 2.000 startups és un ecosistema que ens ha de servir perquè les empreses cada vegada siguin més atrevides a l'hora de plantejar els seus plans de recerca, desenvolupament i innovació perquè assumeixin més i més risc tecnològic. Per tant, ànims a continuar el vostre model de negoci i també a sentir-vos una peça clau i central de la política d'innovació del país. Felicitats i moltíssimes gràcies.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, lunchtime, but before that, just let me tell you, in 1 hour, we'll have some amazing sessions to end up with the second day of this tech spirit.